Hi, yes, it's me again. I'm too lazy to write a script for this video, so I hope you'll bear with me. Inktober, yeah? So, if you don't know what Inktober is, well, I don't know why you chose to watch this video, but basically, it's an art challenge every October. The guy who runs it makes a set of prompts, one per day of October, so that's one drawing per day. My goodness, that's one drawing per day, ideally. And since it's called Inktober because you normally make ink drawings, but you can use whatever medium you want, really. Anyway, I participated in Inktober this year for the first time, and I failed. Isn't that just astonishing? Isn't what a surprise? Am I right? I finished 10 full drawings and I sketched 4 more, which I did not ink yet, for a total of 14 days, technically 10, but this Inktober, it was pretty tough because October is usually exam season. That's why I don't have the time to play like Halloween events in games usually because it's always exam season. But I did try my best and it was fun. It was a fun exercise. A lot of people didn't really enjoy Inktober this year because all of the prompts were kind of like the same thing. And to be fair, I kind of agree. All of the prompts are like the hashtags on some millennials travel post or something on Instagram. But it was still a fun challenge because I had to come up with a way to interpret each prompt and make each drawing unique. And in this video, I'm just going to be inking out the remaining 4 sketches that I have. So yeah, I guess I'll just talk about my drawing so far. So this is actually the first time in a while that I've inked stuff, like actually did a full ink drawing on traditional paper instead of just, digital. And it was fun. It was fun going back to my tech pens. It was interesting, and I really like how most of my drawings turned out. The first day was backpack. I really wasn't sure what to draw here, so I just drew a backpack, and then I gave him a face. I was really happy with it actually when I first did it, because wow, it turned out a lot better than I expected. And then for Discover, I wasn't really sure what to do with this one either, so I just drew a guy with like binoculars, discovering something. But I kind of botched the line art, so it's a bit off. But overall, I think it's still pretty good, actually, in hindsight anyway. Number 3 was boot, and I put on my big boy pants on this one, and I drew a big boot house. Like those shoe houses in fairy tales. I really like how it turned out, and it's just I haven't really inked anything in a while with actual pens, so it's really satisfying seeing it come together. Even if it isn't perfect, it's really nice, and I'm proud of it, honestly. So day 4 was exotic, and I didn't really know what to do for exotic. I thought maybe like some exotic animal, like some poisonous frog or something, but then I remembered that I could draw whatever I want, so I drew exotic butters from FNAF sister location, because why not? So day 5 is binoculars, and this is where things got a bit tricky because I had already drawn binoculars for day 2. I didn't know that day 5 was also binoculars, so what I did instead was a view from the binoculars. I didn't know what exactly to draw, so I just did like a ship, oncoming ship, I guess. And then I don't actually know why I went with a boat. I could have drawn like an island or something. Anyway, for day 6 was Trek. This one, I wasn't really sure what to do. Like I guess for most of these I wasn't really sure what to draw. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. I just drew some guy going up a mountain. There's really not much to say about this one. So 7, passport. I went with a duffel bag, packed and ready with the passport and the boarding pass peeking out. I guess the passport itself is a small part of the drawing, but I think it's nice. I'm not so happy with how I did the cross hatching on this one because it looks kind of weird. But looking back on it after a while, I guess it's not that bad. So, next, day 8 was hike. And one of the problems that many people have with the prompt set this year was we had day 6, which was trek, day 8, which was hike, and then some other day, I forgot which, it was like a wander. And those are very similar, so having to, I mean, I guess it's a fun challenge, but also, from what I've heard at least, one of the parts that people look forward to with the Inktober prompts is like their randomness, since you want to be drawing something different each day. I guess this was also a nice exercise in creativity, and I'm actually proud of what I did for hike, because I drew a like a gasoline dispenser thing with an arrow meant to represent the oil price hikes that have been going on in our country. You know, gas prices, am I right? Isn't that crazy? So, number 9 is sun. I guess I could have just drawn a normal sun. What I wanted to do was to draw the sun on the Philippine flag, you know? And there is a way to draw a geometrically perfect Philippine sun. And that's what I tried, but at the time I was like out, I was at like a restaurant or something, and all I had was a circular object and a straight edge. So I had to like engineer my way into drawing the geometrically perfect sun. And in the end, I decided to keep a part of that in the final inking, you know, with all of the guidelines and stuff. I think it adds a nice touch. It makes it look, you know, more geometric, more mathematical, if you will. Day 10 was nomadic. Again, I really didn't know what to draw for this one. After looking around at what other people have drawn, some people did like moving houses, so I thought maybe like a snail with a house for a shell. It's another one of those big boy drawings along with the boot on day 3. And it looks alright, it's nice. I'm pretty happy with it, but I don't know, something about it just doesn't seem right. I guess the way the house is situated on the snail, it looks a bit odd. Now, moving on to day 11 was snack. And I really didn't know what to draw for this one again, because also I wanted to be unique with each drawing. I could have drawn some Filipino snacks like taho or maybe fish balls, but I don't know. If I drew something like fish balls, I felt like it would have been too basic. Like, you know, it's just a bunch of balls on a stick. And if I drew something like taho or halo halo, it would have been really difficult to draw with just like ink. Those types of things are better drawn with colors and stuff. I guess I could have drawn it, but in the end, my final sketch was the Jollibee mascot holding a fried chicken leg. I don't really... I'm still not sure about this one. Like, I don't know, like it's funny I guess, but also in comparison to all of the other drawings so far, it's so weird. And I guess it's fine for me to take a day off and just have a fun doodle, but also it's not even that good. Like, it's not even that good. I'm not really sure what I want, but I don't know, whatever. So the day after that is remote. And okay, so when I was looking up stuff, like inspirations for what I could draw, one of my friends happened to be looking, and she suggested the Adam Sandler movie Click. And it was a good suggestion, don't get me wrong. And I really wanted to do it. I looked at reference images for a while, but I couldn't get like an exact reference of the remote from Click. And also I was not willing to watch the movie since I had no time. But in the end, I couldn't really figure out how to make it work. So something I settled on was the Wii remote. I actually never owned a Wii, but it's one of those like pillars in gaming consoles. So I also drew it as that, as like this big monolith thing that is the Wiimote. Yeah, so on day 13 was Horizon. I ended up just sketching like a basic city skyline. There wasn't much room on my sketchbook for this because of where I put it, but yeah. Honestly, day 11 and day 13, I'm really not sure with. But day 14 was roam, as in like roaming around, that kind of stuff. And I was really thinking for a while on what I should draw because I didn't want to just draw another guy walking around because that's boring. And eventually, I drew this. It's, you get it, It's, you see the vision, right? The animatronics get a bit quirky at night. They tend to roam the halls. It makes sense. And I'm I'm honestly kind of proud of myself for having thought of that. And I'm actually pretty happy with how the sketch looks. And because as of recording this voiceover, I haven't inked it out yet, but I am pretty happy with how the sketch looks. So I hope I can do it justice with the ink, and you'll see if I did that or not. So yeah, that was my Inktober 2024 experience. I didn't want to finish it anyway. I had stuff to do, I had exams, I had a bunch of schoolwork. I guess the moral of the story is art challenges are for chumps who have nothing better to do, I guess. But it was fun, it was an interesting challenge. So, I'm not sure if I'll try it again, because doing a day by day challenge like this is really, well, it's challenging, that's why it's called a challenge. So yeah, that wraps up my Inktober experience. I was actually supposed to make like an update video in like the middle of October, but again, I got busy. So yeah, so a bunch of other stuff that's gonna happen soon. I have a few videos planned. Schedules are pretty tight right now, but I hope I can make time for them. I actually only have like two actual videos planned. I have a few more ideas, but turning ideas into videos takes a lot of work and takes a lot of work and a lot of time, so I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. I do have a bunch of other projects in mind, so hopefully we'll get to see some stuff soon. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.